Never Part of Bus TV, here with fan cams for Tottenham Hotspur. I'm with Andrew D.U.B. How you doing, Andrew?
Calm down a little bit. How are you
bit of
doing?
a loaded question, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Talk to me. What happened tonight?
That's a very good question. I'm still trying to find the answers. 9 days off. We had the COVID break. We had 2 decent results, and then disaster tonight. Yeah, I can go into it. I think there were so many things we did wrong, so many things we just didn't think about. I think Mourinho, everyone thought that he kind of found a formula, gone back to his old kind of die-hard defence first. Let's get a solid base, which I agree with. I think you need that. And Dyer and Sanchez, the answer, with we know he favours Aurier and Davies at left back. And then tonight he did that, which was cool. But then the midfield and the attack balance was just wrong. I think we need to get away.
Why was it
Why?
wrong though? Because on paper that attack looked really good. Kane up front, Kane's Kane, so not that's an obvious choice.
Yeah.
He had Son more on Bergwijn, pace and power to burn there with
Yeah.
Lo Celso and Sissoko. Sissoko's just a pure engine, just does not stop running for you. He should be running marathons, right? And Lo Celso, I think Lo Celso's a good player. I really like him. Looks like he can unlock a door.
So
where's the balance? What's wrong with the balance there?
Okay, so I'll tell you why I think it's wrong with the balance. So you've got, when we play 4-2-3-1, I think the problem with our 4-2-3-1, especially this side with Delhi, right? I'm a Delhi fan, but I don't think there's a place for Delhi in a formation I see Spurs going forward with. So the best exponents of playing 4-2-3-1, I couldn't even tell you who they are, probably someone like Barcelona, right? In the Premier League, it's 4-3-3 or bust for me. And the best exponents of that are Liverpool. They're European champions, right? About to be dethroned. They're Premier League champions by country mile, right? They sold Coutinho, and they put 3 kind of industrious players in the middle of the park. Now, I'm not saying we need to go down that route, but what I'm saying is when you play a 3 in the middle with fullbacks that attack, that's a 5-man midfield, or sometimes a 4-man midfield. What we've got in Lo Celso and Sissoko, or Winks and Sissoko, is a 2-man midfield at best of time, with Aurier doing crazy Aurier things every now and again. But what that means is you've got 4 players in advance of the ball, right? And this is when Delhi used to play close to Kane, and then obviously Son and Lucas, or sometimes Lamela on the right-hand side. And tonight, Sheffield United are like, fine, great, have the ball. Unlock the door. We couldn't do it against West Ham. We got fortunate. Tonight, we couldn't do it. Lo Celso is brilliant. Lo Celso is great. He's a press-resistant player, but he's playing too deep in order to unlock those doors.
But did we not unlock them a few times in the first half, and we were just a little bit more guilty of overplaying when we got there? I mean,
we did.
Sissoko pressed forward and got to the edge of box and didn't know whether to pass, shoot, turn around, do a somersault.
No,
that's not
you're
his
right.
game, you know. So I felt like the players we had there in the first half, I felt like we looked good, but I feel like defensive errors cost us.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I mean, spin that round. If the goal, which we'll come on to, had stood, and if we then go on and get another one, or even at 2-0, if we make that 2-1 rather than 3-1, suddenly you say there's a bit of fight in them. But because it was 3-0 and then a consolation goal, we're talking
negatives.
Negative.
I'll make you right, but I just want to go back to my point, right? And I'll touch on your points. This is not the first game that's happened, right? So if we don't get that goal and we don't have that front runners mentality, then, or the equaliser in this case, we then don't show the character, which is something I don't like. It happened against Leicester, if you remember. We should have scored the second goal. We didn't get it. VAR, rightly so, was offside by an armpit hair or something. And then we fell apart. We lost that game. And I think for me, that was a turning point. Had we won that game, we'd have been in the top 4. Leicester wouldn't have been as maybe flying as they were. And we kind of fell apart. So tonight, you're right. First off, we kind of controlled and we had that momentum. Sissoko's run, yeah, he wasn't the only one. Bergwijn sometimes. Tonight, Lucas, we were in and around, but we don't have a style of play. We don't have a pattern of play. I don't think he works on the kind of forward patterns of play that we were clearly worked on
But
under
is that not?
Pochettino.
I know I get where you're coming from with Mourinho, and I'm not sitting here saying, oh, he's the best thing ever, give him whatever he wants and everything.
Yeah,
I understand he's got his problems. He's only human, but after Poch, I think he was the next best thing. But
not sure.
well, Mourinho comes with a certain style,
Yeah,
yeah,
he does. He
and
does.
wherever he went, no matter where he went, he done it his way when he won
Hmm.
things, and he also had money to back him.
Yeah.
Now he's come to Spurs and he's had neither of them things. There's no money to back him apparently, or if there
Hmm.
is, Levy's not going to give it to him, right?
Yeah.
And the second point is from day one, the fans were on his back before the first ball had been kicked under Mourinho. The fans were on his back. Oh, I don't want negative football. Oh, I don't want this
Yeah.
defensive football. We want attacking Tottenham football, the Harry Redknapp, the Pochettino football that we're traditionally used to.
I hear you.
Surely there's a bit of a balance, and surely he's in a bit of a catch-22 because he tried to go attacking tonight, and the defenders let him down. If we're honest,
The defenders let him down, but again, this is not. I'm not speaking just on one game. So I'm talking about all the games I've seen under Jose. If I'll turn it on its head, I'll ask you a question, Jimmy. What is our style of play?
I agree with you. There isn't one, but I think that's because we're trying to please too many people, and I would like to
Yeah.
see Mourinho sit there because I thought the performance against Man United, I thought was a solid performance. It was a very defensive performance, but
Yeah.
I actually thought it was good. We looked quick on the counter, right? We looked
Yeah.
like we could do some damage, and we looked solid defensive. The defensive shape, apart from the goal, and I think they had one other chance with a terrific save from Lloris.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I thought the defensive shape was brilliant. I thought
It was. It
and
was.
we suddenly looked solid. Well, you can't rely on the strikers getting 3 and 4 goals every game to get you out of
No.
jail.
No. I make you right. I make you right.
So where'd you go?
So you've got to think, what does Mourinho do with what he's got right now, right? So I just came from a pod and we said the similar thing. Next season, he's not going to have a lot of money. So in the summer, or we are in the summer, next transfer window, he's not going to have a lot of money, right? So what's Mourinho going to do? Is he going to say this is not his side? Is he going to say that side's imbalance? Is he going to not play Toby at all and think Star's the answer? Is he going to persist with Davison Sanchez? Or is he waiting for Japhet Tanganga to come back and make a partnership there? Regardless of what he does there, fullbacks are a problem. I don't think Davies is good enough. I don't think Aurier is good enough. So where do we go? We buy 3 players?
Do you not think, you mentioned 4-3-3 earlier. Do you
Yeah.
not think we'd be better playing with more of a 3-5-2? Playing with wing backs? Because Aurier can't defend.
Yeah.
But he has got qualities going forward.
Yeah.
So as a wing back, because he is pacey, is he not better as a wing back? Remember, Davies plays for Wales as a third centre half.
Yeah.
Got experience in Toby and Jan. Yes, they've lost a little bit of pace, but if you had Sanchez alongside, or if you're going to get rid of Toby and Jan for whatever reason, you had Dyer, Sanchez, and Davies. Is that not better? And then you're looking for someone to play down the left, and you can get your support up to Kane, and you can still have your midfield solid, and you've got your power and your pace, and you've got that rotation.
So that would be Sessegnon playing left back, then left wing back, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper, it sounds good. My worry there is every time we've tried to play 3 at the back or 5 midfield, however you want to call it, 5-3 or 3-5, I think bar one occasion for me, it's not worked. I think Dortmund, when Jan played wing back at Wembley, that worked superbly.
Yeah, he was unreal that game.
Yeah.
The best game in a Spurs shirt he's ever had. I mean, he's been solid up until a few months ago where, I think age has got the better of him now. Nothing on him. He's still trying his art out, bless him.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big Jan fan.
Been solid. Him and Toby, I mean, the partnership they had a couple of years ago was unreal.
But it was the balance of the side, right? There was a lot of things. Everyone harks back to 16, 17, 17, 18, right? And there were a lot of things that fell in our favour in those 2 years.
Yeah.
And a few things that didn't, because we didn't win anything. But but the balance was there. I think now we don't have balance. I think we're struggling for balance big time. There are too many attacking players, too many problems at the back. Some would argue Hugo's not as good as he used to be. I can't fault Hugo since his return, since we've come back in the restart. So I'm not going to pick up on that. But defensively, we've got problems. But I do think Mourinho should be able to do something. I know we need a defensive midfielder, and I don't think Sissoko's the answer. I think he's done well, but moving forward, I need somebody who's good on the ball. I need somebody who doesn't panic. And that goes throughout the side.
What was that? Not Ndombele? Is that why Poch bought Ndombele?
It is. I mean, he's a press resistant. He's got feet. He had drive for Lyon. I don't know. I don't know if we did our due diligence. He's obviously got fitness issues. Ndombele, I want to see him thrive. I want to see him be the best version of himself. And if he can be, then he's going to be one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, bar none. But he came on today, and I'm not going to really pick out his performance today. He still wants to pass the ball forward. He just looks sluggish. I don't know why that is. He looks sluggish.
I hear people talk about, Ozil at Arsenal, and he looks disinterested, is the terms I've heard.
Yeah.
But he still has the ability. I know for me, he's someone who turns it on when he feels like it, and he's overrated and overpaid, but it's partly because he's a gooner as well.
Yeah.
But, he has got turns of class, and people used to say the same about Eriksen. But the season before last was Eriksen's best season for us.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely on fire. So, could it not be a case of that's just how he looks and he's adapting to life in the Premier League and give him another year, or where do we sit?
So personally, I'm a Ndombele fan, right? I wanted the club to go out and get Ndombele. And when they got Ndombele, I was over the moon. I was gassed. But my point with Ndombele is, you brought in Ozil and Eriksen. They both play 10, right? Bit more freedom, almost a free role, especially at Arsenal. Ozil was used to having that free role. In Madrid, that's what he got. Eriksen was a bit more conscientious and dropped deeper when needed. Okay, made a free when needed, could do that. And he did do his running. He was running. Tackling wasn't his thing. Ndombele, on the other hand, is playing deep line midfield, right? So he's playing DM, but he is press resistant. So he's expected to move forward as well out of that role. And if you look at where he played his best at Lyon, it's a bit tricky to assess him because his first season he played with a more holding midfielder. And then the second season he played with somebody very similar to him. So does he need somebody who's just going to sit there, or does he need somebody who's like him and they just dovetail? I'm not sure, but he's not getting a chance to prove it. And I don't know if Mourinho really fancies him. Okay. I would play him.
Fair point. So this year's all doom and gloom. How do we get back on track? What needs to happen, in your opinion?
Change of shape. Sell a big name to generate some cash.
Hold on. You've got a name in mind there.
Yeah, So I do have a name in mind.
Go on.
And if we play 4-3-3, Delhi doesn't feature in 4-3-3.
So do you sell Delhi?
So, yes. I think you've got to be brave. I think Liverpool did this with Coutinho. I know a lot of people are banging this drum at the moment. They did it with Coutinho, 136 or whatever it was. They identified the two areas they were weak, and they strengthened those. They got Alisson, they got Van Dijk.
What are you going to get for Delhi in the current market?
Well, this is the thing. I don't know, right? But we've got no money to spend, or we haven't got a lot of money to spend, and we need a few players. Right? I'm not saying we need 10 players. We need a few players, especially if we've got no European football next season. Are we going to have a squad of 25 or 22 like we've got now and keep everyone happy, playing one game a week? We can't. We've got to shift some dead wood and rejuvenate. We may need to get rid of a big name. I don't see Delhi playing 10 next season. I see Lo Celso playing more 10. And he's obviously favours Bergwijn, Lamela. For me, it's an unpopular opinion. And I think Delhi's a very good player. I think Delhi's a star. I think Delhi in the right formation, in the right team, you put him in someone like Real Madrid with a lot of talent around him, that's when he thrives. You don't focus on him. He's not expected to unlock defences and be the main man, but he will become a threat because you're not focused on him, or he's got one man that's focused on him. He makes the best runs, world-class runs, and he's got world-class finishing ability. But in our side, where we need him to be more than that, he struggles, and we're not that good. So I would sacrifice Dele, to rejuvenate the squad.
Wow.
I know.
Strong opinions. Andrew, it's been a pleasure. I will speak to you after the Everton game and see if you've still got such strong opinions or if you changed your mind.
When Dele scores 2 goals and we win, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew,
It's been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Jimmy.
We're ready for the